We only have one series that's 2-0, and that's the Hurricanes and the Islanders. Every other series is tied, and let's get into how we get there. The Colorado Avalanche played a monstrous road game, but to start the game, San Jose had all the momentum, and they end up with the first goal about 7 minutes into that first period. It's Evander Kane who scores from Burns and Hertl. So big goal by Evander Kane, a guy who has had a lot of puck control, not a lot of puck luck around the net in these playoffs, but he gets the goal there. And it's a very free-flowing game, and San Jose has most of the momentum in that. Both goalies, huge saves in the final minute of that period, and the score at the end of the first period is 1-0 for San Jose. So going into the second period, San Jose looks good. They're up 1-0. They're at home. They're up 1-0. But, as I've been saying recently, 1-goal leads scare me, especially if a team changes the way they play when they have that 1-goal lead. Didn't really happen here. However, to start the second period, the Colorado Avalanche with a monster penalty kill. It felt like that was a really important penalty kill. If San Jose scores there, makes it 2-0, we probably have a completely different game after that. However, after that penalty kill, Landeskog scores from Barrie and McKinnon, and it's a great play. And Landeskog has started scoring, which is bad news for everybody in San Jose, because he was the only one out of the big three that wasn't putting up the points yet, and now he is. And it was a much more wide open game than the one I watched earlier between Carolina and New York. So I had to put that on the board because it's just so much more momentum and speed and skill. And Carolina and the Islanders, that's a fight. That's an endless fight, and there's not a whole lot of room, especially through the neutral zone. The Avs got a lot of momentum from that goal. So Colorado controlling the play, especially in the second half of that period, I felt. And Barrie then scores from Landeskog and Rantanen. Now, this is on a play that it's one of those things we've seen a few times in the playoffs now where a team is expecting the icing call and it doesn't happen. So a player lets up. In this case, it looks like Vlasic has a moment of uncertainty because he may have expected an icing call that didn't happen. And it results in a goal for the Colorado Avalanche. And it's Barrie's first of the playoffs. And it's one of those reasons that I look at the whole icing thing and think, either, when the way that they had it, there's a lot of brutal hits with that if they went with no touch, and I know people don't like no touch either. But it's just, it's funny because you can see these players are perplexed with like, oh, wasn't that icing? Of course, there was the offside, right, with Werenski in Game 1 against Boston where, oh, that's offside. It's not, though, so you probably should have kept playing. And he acknowledged that after the game. So anyways, back to this one, and the shots are 13-13 in the second after the 11-6 advantage for the Sharks in the first, showing that Colorado started to get some momentum here, and they're ahead 2-1 after 2. But San Jose, not done, and yet, at the start of the third period, I thought the crowd was really quiet. I thought the Sharks fans were really quiet in that third period, and the Avs had the edge early. And you could kind of see some nervousness with San Jose fans in this one. And then there's a game saver by Martin Jones. The puck goes down the ice, and then Grubauer with a fantastic save. This was happening throughout this game, where it was almost like one-upsmanship between the two goaltenders. And it was fantastic. Great saves by both. And then there's a goal by the guy that you didn't want to see score if you're San Jose, which is Matt Nieto. Matt Nieto was waived by the San Jose Sharks, picked up by Colorado. Nieto, one of my favorite Sharks at the time, and he ends up with a goal here. It's his first one at even strength in the playoffs from Calvert and Barrie, and it's a big goal. And he gets it right off the goal line. It was one of those ones, it's a scrum around the net. It just squirts behind Jones, and he gets it. Nieto, big goal. And that puts them up by 2. So that quiets the crowd even further until late in the game, Brent Burns gets a goal from Erik Karlsson and Sorensen. And that makes it 3-2. And San Jose's buzzing and they got all the energy in the world and everything looks like it's going their way. And then Timo Meier gets a tripping call with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left. The Timo Meier penalty, to me, killed the rest of this game. There's 4 minutes left. You don't need to pull your goalie. You can maintain that momentum. And I thought, the Sharks have a good shot at tying this up. And with the penalty, I thought, yeah, that's That takes it down to 1:45 left at the end of the penalty, should you kill it. And they did. But, you just don't have enough time left, and you got to pull the goaltender, which is always dicey. So they do. Once that penalty kill is done, they pull the goaltender. It is not long after that that Grubauer passes it to Calvert. Calvert with the suicide pass to McKinnon. Suicide pass because he takes a massive hit after making that pass to McKinnon, knowing that hit is coming. Hopefully Calvert's 100% okay after that hit. McKinnon buries it into the empty net. That makes it 4-2. Then there's a penalty kill that takes place later, much later. Penalty on Ian and Cole. So with 17 seconds left, they get a power play. 7 seconds into said power play, Brent Burns scores his second of the game from Hurdle and Kane. That, of course, is 6-on-4 because the goalie's pulled, but there's only 10 seconds left. So at this point, I'm already putting on Colorado gear and writing up on the board because it's too much to ask that a team's going to score twice in 17 seconds. And getting that second goal with 10 seconds left, if the faceoff was in their zone, you've got a shot. The faceoff at center ice, man, that's difficult. Now, Carlson did get a shot off. They did set up. But in the end, your score's 4-3 for Colorado. They outshot San Jose 13-10, which is key. This is second game in San Jose. They're trying to go up 2-1, and Colorado outshoots them in the third period. Full marks to Colorado. I think what some fan bases here that have been commenting on the preview videos like, our team's going to win in 4, our team's going to win in 4 or 5. These series are going to be close. So anybody who's expecting, we're just going to run through the other guys, not really the case. Even Carolina, the one team that's up 2-0, that series could easily have been 2-0 for the Islanders. Just some unlucky bounces for the Isles, and Carolina finds themselves up 2-0. Grubauer with 31 saves on 34 shots. Jones with 28 saves on 31 shots for a .903 save percentage for people following along at home. Like I said, it was his 5th straight good game, and it is the first loss in 5 games for the San Jose Sharks. And this doesn't feel entirely unlike the Calgary series, does it? Calgary series, the Flames come out, they win Game 1. They win it rather easily. And then in Game 2, a close game, a pretty highly contested game, and Colorado comes out with the road win. So far, so good. Now what Colorado has to do, they have to hold serve at home. They can win Games 3 and 4. The pressure will become pretty darn strong on the San Jose Sharks. Not that it isn't going to be going into Game 3 anyways. And tomorrow we'll see some of that pressure on St. Louis as well. And for people who are, take note, tomorrow there's only one hockey game on. It's Dallas-St. Louis. Boston and Columbus get an extra day off in between games. So this series is tied at 1. It now heads to Denver. And for San Jose, they've got some work to do to adjust to what Colorado was doing tonight. I think that the key thing here is Bednar being able to juggle his lines mid-game, and I think that kind of threw off things for San Jose. And they played really, really well. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.